What's up, everyone? This is LA Knight, and I am back with a podcast about a thing I want to talk about. It's not really a review per se, although it is specific to a book that I am reading right now, but I'm not done with it, so it's not a review. It's more something that's been bothering me. I've been enjoying this book, except for this one thing, and it's driving me batshit. I can't stand it. And I needed to talk about it with somebody, and my friend Lorian hasn't read this book yet, so, and I don't even know if she's going to, especially after what I tell her, because whenever I start to complain about it, she gets mad, because this is a thing that drives her batshit too, and we actually see it in real life, which is one of the reasons that we're both so sensitive about it. Anyway, the book is Wintersong by S Jae Jones, and the thing that I'm seeing is between the main character, Liesel, and her love interest. Now, I'm going to try to not be very spoilery, but this is relevant to, I'm going to try to not be spoilery, but there may be some spoilers for this book. If there are, I do apologize, but I'm warning you now, even though I'm going to try, something might slip out. So, I'm going to go out of my way to avoid calling the love interest by name. I'm just going to say the love interest. But the main character's name is Liesel. So, Liesel, I guess she's Catholic. I don't know. It's never actually stated specifically if she's Catholic or not. I think they mentioned going to Mass, but I could be wrong because I'm reading this book and like 15 other books at the same time, and I'm sure that somebody's Catholic in one of them. But I do know that she goes to church, and her family is very devoutly Christian of some kind. And that's not what's bothering me. The thing that's bothering me is that there's this big thing. There's a lot of romance in this book, right? Okay. We'll just accept as a given there's a lot of romance in this book. So there's a lot of romantic interludes. I'm not even going to say sexy fun times, because a lot of it's just kissing and stuff. And, you know, the kissing and the making out, and, you know, there is sex, and but it's like, you know, it's very tastefully done. It's not like super graphic or anything. All of that's done really well, and it's, you know, it's very tasteful, and it's not like, you know, it's not like reading a porn film script or, you know, 50 Shades of Grey. It's, you know, it's nice. Except for one thing, and it's driving me crazy. Every time Liesel starts to feel aroused or interested in what's going on, like, you know, when she looks at the guy, her love interest, when she looks at the guy she's got a thing for, and she starts to feel a little hot and bothered, or when they start kissing, or when they start making out, and then when they have sex, and, okay, spoiler here, they're married when they have sex, right? And when most of the making out happens. In fact, almost all the making out happens after they get married. And so all the making out and all the sex happen after they're married. And every time she starts to enjoy herself, she starts thinking about sin. Now, I'm Mormon, okay? We are, like, considered one of the most fundamental, or fundamentalist? I don't know. Fundamental, super conservative, crazy people, Christian churches in the world. Not the only one, but one of them. I don't agree with this assessment, but I'm just saying. And every time Liesel is, like, kissing this guy or whatever, she's like, oh, this is so bad. I'm so bad for wanting this, but I don't care. And it's like, no, bitch, you're not bad. Like, this is okay. Like, I don't understand why. And the thing is, this keeps happening. It's not like she started to feel this way, and then, like, you know, over time she got over it. She still feels the exact same way. It's just, instead of now being like, oh, I thought this was bad, but it's actually not bad, she's just like, you know what, it's bad, but I don't care. And it's like, it's not bad. There is nothing wrong with being attracted to your spouse. I mean, like, I guess, like, some sects of Catholicism, and that's sex, S-E-C-T-S, some sects of Catholicism believe that, like, feeling lust for anyone, even your spouse, even in the middle of sex, is bad, and that sex is only for making babies, and you shouldn't enjoy it. But that is not what Mormons think at all. And so it's just, oh my god, every time this happens now, it happens often enough that now every time it happens, I get mad. Because I'm just like, it's not bad. You are not doing anything wrong. And I'm not even mad at Liesel, and I don't know if I'm mad at S Jae Jones or not. Because, like, I don't know if this is, like, her commenting on the fact that, like, a lot of Christian churches apparently do preach that being sexually attracted to and sexually aroused by your spouse is actually evil. I don't know if she's commenting on that, or if I don't know why it's there. I do not know why it's there in the narrative. In the way that it's there. I don't know why it's there as written. I know that, I feel like she could have done this in a different way. Maybe, Liesel could have started off that way, and then come to the conclusion, you know what, God made us the way we are for a reason, and for those people who do feel sexual attraction, because I know not everybody does, but for those people who do, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as, you're not disrespectful or, entitled about it. I mean, yeah, okay, lusting after a woman and treating her like a sex object, that is bad. That's bad. And a woman doing the same thing to a man, looking at a man and thinking solely of him as an object for sexual gratification, that's bad. But that's not what she's doing. And I'm just I don't understand why she is still. I'm almost done with this book. I've got maybe 100 pages left out of 450 pages or something. And I don't understand why she is still freaking out every time she kisses her husband. And is oh, this is so wrong, but I don't care. And I'm well, of course this is not wrong. God made us. I mean, I know that some people, there are people who don't believe in God. Okay, I know. But my personal belief and the doctrine of the church I belong to, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, aka Mormons, we believe that God made us, those of us who feel sexual attraction, gave us the gift of sexual attraction on purpose. And it's not inherently sinful. There's nothing inherently sinful about being attracted to your spouse or your partner or whatever. That's not wrong. I don't know. It makes me so mad. Because I know that there are people who actually think that. And I just want Liesel to get over it. And to just be happy and accept, oh yeah, this guy's, super hot and I'm so lucky to be married to him. And she feels lucky to be married to him in some ways. And the other ways it's because it's super complicated about why she doesn't. But that's not a conversation for this little, mini thing. But she is still hung up on the supposed inherent sinfulness of sexual attraction, and it's just driving me crazy. I can't take it. I can't stand it. It is affecting my enjoyment of the book. This book is inspired by The Labyrinth, which is a movie that I love. And, there's so much about it that I like, but there's two things about it. One other thing I'm not going to talk about right now. That's a topic for a different podcast. And there's two things I don't like. One I'm not going to talk about, and the other one is this thing. Excuse me, I hiccuped. This thing about how she is bad for being attracted, for feeling sexual attraction. And I'm well, you're kissing the guy. I mean, you better be feeling attraction. I mean, are you asexual? Because if you are, then, you wouldn't be feeling attraction. But if you're not, then, if you love the guy, then, God. I don't know. I wish it wasn't such a heavy, prevalent theme in the book, because so far it doesn't seem like it's part of the plot. It seems like it's part of Liesel's character development, but in a way that isn't necessary. And I don't know if the author's doing this on purpose, but it's almost like Liesel is with one breath demonizing sex and sexuality, and with the other breath embracing the demonization, instead of not demonizing sexuality, and I don't know, ow, I hate that. It's driving me nuts. Can't stand it. Anyway, I know that's totally random, but hey, this is BookTube, and BookTube's a place to talk about book feels, and this is a feel I've been having. It's why it's taken me so long to read this book. I'm gonna try to finish it today, maybe, but I'm not looking forward to it, because every time this comes up, I want to chuck the book across the room. It makes me so angry. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, just something for you guys to think about and to know. And I don't want to spend 10 minutes in my review for the book talking about this one thing and then have my review be 35 minutes long. So that's why I wanted to make a separate podcast about it. And I will, once I do review Wintersong, I will put a link to this thing in the doobly-doo for that podcast. But for now, I just want to comment on the demonization of sexuality in this book and how I want it to die, because it's bothering me. So, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys in the next podcast. Bye-bye!